All right, Trey, we are day 3 of sailing. Do you hate the skill yet?
I'm still delirious. I went out to sea, and I got lost, and I had to start drinking salt water, and I don't think that's good. I think I have like mad cow disease now or something.
It's probably just dehydration. You're probably
mad turtle disease, maybe. I mean, because the ocean is basically like turtle poop, right?
Are you still finding the skill fun, or are you completely bored of it by now? We're 3 days in.
3 days in, yes. I'm having the time of my life with it.
Actually,
yes. Today was a special day for me. I have discovered a new way of training that is like the best thing ever that I can get into.
You discovered a new way of training?
Well, yes, I get. Yeah, it is a new way of training.
Let's pause real quick, because here's the crazy thing. I'm also enjoying the skill, which is freaking nuts to say. I just leveled up to level 38, but I've been doing a lot of AFKing. There's a lot I have to go play catch up on. There's a lot of stuff that I got to try out for the first time. What level are you?
I just got 53.
53! You got the big boat, which I want to hear about in a second. Let's quickly, before we circle back, because I want to hear about these new things you're trying. Let's quickly look at our clan. Clan Wild, come join. Well, let's see what the highest. Let's see what levels people are getting within our community. We have Coda. Sorry.
Surely I'm the highest. 53. I mean, I've been grinding.
I don't even know if you're not even in the top 20, I'm afraid to say.
What? All right, I'm going to call every one of your guys' bosses. I know not all of you took this whole week off. You've been slacking at work.
Coda is level 76. Spaghetti 15, level 74. Zugums, it says you're 56, but you're in third. Mudge with 66, Melton 66, Alkazuru 66, Bosun's 66. What the fuck is happening at level 66? That kind of scares me. That seems to be some sort of barricade. So anyways, we got someone with 76. And then lastly, we do have to check. Right now it's day 3, 7:42, 6:42 Eastern time on a Friday, and we have Fast 07 at level 91 sailing. He's number 1 right now. Not even halfway in terms of experience, but almost there. Okay, sorry. Okay, how does that make you feel? Okay, you're level 53, I think you said. You're not even in the top 20s for the clan. You're definitely not in the top, I don't know, definitely not in the top 50s for the whole game.
Okay,
does that surprise you?
Well, we all have the same defense mechanism. So everybody who's a higher level than me they have no life. They're probably virgins, and everybody who is a lower level than me is a loser and needs to get good. So, it just is what it is.
Strong word. Okay, first of all, I resent that because I'm level 38. But
I said what I said.
Okay, so I want to hear about your new experiences, but also the other night we kind of went on a little fun adventure. What should we talk about first?
Let's talk about our adventure since that was yesterday.
Okay, I'll set up because this is how I saw it. I was working a little bit late. And it was just kind of easy review work. So I was sailing on the side, and it's later at night, and I'm at one of the docks. And then Trey, I see you're kind of stationed at the docks, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I could just literally jump in their boat if they're, just idling at the docks. So I type your name in, and then I jumped into your boat. I don't know what happened to that. You just friggin' took off, and you were showing me the world. I hadn't seen half the stuff. And by the way, you don't have a cannon in your boat, so you need to get a cannon because I was, I couldn't shoot anything, which was rough.
So I was doing the Troubled Tortugas quest. I had just hit 45 sailing.
No way.
And there's a part in that quest where you have to do a fight. And I was streaming, and I was talking to our friend Mitty, and I died. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I wasn't sure how to get back to where I died. But luckily, one of the things that Jagex has done so well with Varlamore and with sailing is integrating these old things into these new areas to make them feel like they've always been a part of the game. And there was a fairy ring on this place that I was at. I'm trying to kind of be a little spoiler free with this, but yeah. So I took a fairy ring to this island, and I had to take my ship back to the Pandemonium, which is kind of the hub. And so I went back to Pandemonium, and I saw you there, and I was just kind of like, "Hey, Dills is there. Hi, Dills," or something. Get my gear, and I start sailing back to this island, and I realize you're on the ship with me. I was like, "Oh, you can just get on my ship. There's no like accepting or anything. It was just you just hopped on without my consent." And so I was like, "All right, we're off to the races." And I just was like gonna go back to this island and fight, and I went back to this island, and it said like you can't do that with someone else on your ship. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we're gonna go do something else now. So then I tried to go dump you off at the island I came from, the Great Conch, and it said that you couldn't get off the ship because you didn't have a high enough sailing. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna go and I'm just gonna find some island and dump you off so I can go do this quest. And it turned into this like, I think it was like an hour of we were just sailing around the whole ocean. And I mean, obviously it's dumb in retrospect because we were getting deeper and deeper into the ocean, but everything we went to was too high of a sailing level. And I just kept just looking for spots to get rid of you so I could do my quest. But I mean, we were having a lot of fun with it. But the biggest problem I had with that whole thing was you have to have level 50 sailing to go to pest control, which is like, I couldn't believe it.
Why?
I was like, I know. I was like, all right, pest control. I was like, all right, we're done. Let's just go to pest control and, be done. And it was like 50 sailing. Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. It was so funny. And we got to explore all around.
It was cool. Like we kept pulling up to different islands and, like they're all new to me, but it's just like I'm instantly like, oh, what the hell's on here? Like what's on this island? What's on that island? Like I immediately want to come back and check it out when I hit those levels.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
Like what I think we could have done, because in that moment, it felt like there's no way to get off your boat onto these islands, but I think there's a way you can like jump ship and then you swim to shore. And I think that's how you can do it. I read that or heard that somewhere. I haven't done it myself.
There is an escape option on your boat, and I'm not exactly sure what that does.
So maybe that's what it is. I'm going to try it right now.
I didn't want
Escaping your boat while at sea will result in it being lost. If this happens, retrieving it will incur a gold fee, and any cargo on board will be lost. And that's a big problem people are having. That's okay. I got no cargo. Let's do it. Oh, man. Okay, so it brought me to Catherby, which is where I embarked from.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So this was not great podcast content. Anyways, back to the adventure. So you're doing the Tortuga, which I assume is the turtle people.
Yes, the Tortuga.
Okay, cool. I'm interested. I want to know more about them. I'm trying to remember what else we were doing. What I thought was super cool. So you have the old jobless Jim. You have your first crewmate, at least last night you did. You might have more now. Which like to me, I've only seen it in passing. This is the closest experience I've actually had was sitting in a boat watching jobless Jim work. Next step, he's gonna be in my boat, which is gonna be badass. But that seemed so cool. Like, I don't really understand how it worked, but I just saw you commanding him to go do stuff, and then he would move from one role on the boat to another role and going back, and you weren't doing anything. You were just yelling at him the whole time, which a little rude, but whatever.
I was yelling at him. I yell at him, and the worst thing is that my character still calls him Jobless Jim, even though I've given him a job. I feel like that's very disrespectful.
And what if he's like a student previously? Like, it's like, come on, guys, stop calling me Jobless Jim. Like,
I'm trying.
I'm taking a full load of courses right now.
And he takes it well. He's just like, right to it, sir.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So that whole thing looked really cool. Yeah. Anything you want to talk about with the crewmates? I know nothing about it. They just look so awesome.
Yeah, the crewmates is a big part of my story about my kind of arc today. But I do want to put a cap on our little adventure. You had to go, and I finally took you all the way back to Witch Haven. So we went all the way back around the map just to get you to a port that you could. The closest port was Witch Haven because you only had 30 sailing or something. And you said, I got to go. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got off my ship and you were still on my ship. And so then I got back on it and you were still there. And I'm like looking, I was like trying to kick you off. I was like trying to find I went to where it, like on your menu where it shows like who's on your ship and there was no like expel option or anything. Like I think your POH has, you can kick everybody out or something. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like,
I got a fucking stowaway.
Yeah. So I finally had to I logged out and logged back in and that finally kicked you off. And I was like, oh my goodness.
It's okay. So the reason I had to leave was I was like working, but also I don't know if I already mentioned this. We talked about it earlier, but my wife is at another town in another city, and my kid was sick. He was sleeping, but I've been like, solo dadding, and he started crying. So I just like had to jump up and go. And then I came back, and then I was like, you know what? He's sleeping, but I'm just gonna go sit upstairs for the night just to keep an eye on him. And so then I'm like, what would be so funny for me? I'm just gonna sit on the boat, and I'll get kicked off in 25 minutes, however long, and it'll be fun to see kind of where I end up. And now that you're telling me that you're trying to do a quest and you couldn't do the quest while I was on the boat, I feel a little bad.
It was fun.
I thought we were just zipping around.
Well, it was a very Dills experience. It was just like we were just having a good time, and it's good. I think I said in one of our first captain's logs. I think I said it in the captain's log. Like I'm excited to try to turn off the part of my brain that wants efficiency and just have some fun, and just fuck around and sail for no reason and just to have a good time. And so then that's like you bring that side of me out. So it was fun to just have a dumb night.
It's and I think this skill has so much like, I don't know, so far like RuneScape's such a sandbox game, and it's so cool to see them add a skill which they didn't take out that sandbox element of like craft your own journey and adventure. I feel like when sometimes they add content, it kind of takes away from that sandboxiness when you have Wintertodt or Guardians of the Rift, because it becomes like, well, you go do that. You know what I mean? Like it kind of brings everyone's journey. Anyways. So I like how sailing did it. Sorry, before we do move on, I do got to shout out Vultures. Saw him in the wild, and he said hi to me. Saw him out in not in the wild, out in the seas. We were salvaging together, which I think is really cool about this skill. And I don't know if it's just because it's a new skill, but I love the vibe of like I'm sitting there salvaging, which we really haven't talked about too much, but we'll circle back to what salvaging is. It's like the AFK method. I know we did touch on it. I think it was last episode, but I love sitting there salvaging, and you just see someone pull up, and they're like, "What's up?" It feels like, I don't know, you're at a fishing hole, and someone else pops up, and they're like, "Hello," and then eventually that thing's gonna sink, and you'll go off to the next, salvage area. So yeah, shout out to Vultures. Yeah. I like bumping into people.
Well, yeah, I can talk about that. That leads nicely into my day today. So this morning, because it is all about salvaging. So this morning I was like, I really want to get some AFK XP at work today. And salvaging is not that AFK, right? And, you go to a spot and, you get maybe like, a minute or so before the spot goes up and your inventory fills up. But someone told me something that it was a legitimate, this changes everything moment for me. Is that when you're a crewmate, you can set your crewmate on the salvaging hook and you get like reduced XP. So I was like, why would I ever want to do that? But then they told me that when the salvaging spot comes back, your crewmate will automatically start salvaging again.
Oh,
so you can. Yeah, it was a huge game changer. So the other big thing is every salvaging spot has an area where you can sit between two salvaging spots. So with those things combined, all day today I found the TLDR is I learned that salvaging is the new S tier AFK skilling activity in the game.
In the game or just for sailing?
No, in the game. I mean, it is the only other two things. Well, I will say redwoods, shooting stars, amethyst, salvaging.
Anglers? Anglerfish?
Yeah, anglerfish. I honestly, it's hard
Inferno
because
eels?
see my S tier is in my pocket at work, and fishing is hard, and I'm very excited to see what comes from fishing with sailing.
Oh yeah, we can fish. We're supposed to be able to fish at some point. There's a few different fishing methods.
But the thing that's hard about fishing is your spot will just dry up, and there's no real. When I have my phone in my pocket at work, I need some kind of sound effect. Like when you finish chopping a tree, there's the sound effect that the tree's been chopped down. But with fishing, I guess there is a little bit of there's like a, but I don't know. It's not very easy to hear.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I get it.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into the S tier. Yes. So salvaging. Sorry.
Well, I guess I should say, salvaging is like the AFK method. And there's a lot of that I've discovered, but I'm like way, a few levels behind you. But yeah, like I guess the difference between this AFK thing versus like wood cutting or fishing is that you have this like rack and then eventually it sinks down and then you got to go to another one. But I guess it comes back in the same spot. That's the idea, right? Yeah, it does. It comes back in the same spot. So I guess it's like, it doesn't really make it unique. I'm just gonna like that, I guess. But,
salvaging is the only thing in the game where whatever you're doing will run out. You'll chop your tree down, the star will mine. But it's the only thing in the game where you'll automatically start up again once that thing comes back, which is amazing.
Because of the you have to have a crewmate for that though, right?
Yes, you have to have a crewmate, which you get at 30, so you should be able to get one.
Oh, hey, what the hell am I doing? That's what I'm doing tonight. I'm getting Jobless Jim. I'm getting Jobless Jim a job. Yep. So my journey with salvaging, there's a few details. There's a lot of, I've noticed there's so many small details that I love, and I made notes about it because I went on Reddit earlier because sometimes, I'm blown away by this skill. And I go on Reddit and I was like, I want to read about other people who've blown away and share the same opinion. And then, of course, you go on there and everyone hates it. And I'm like, oh, no. Yeah. And I noticed that for the past few days, all like social media, like Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, MySpace. There's a RuneScape MySpace page. Check it out. No, actually, it probably isn't. But when you go in the comments about it, it's just people dogging on sailing and a lot of people focusing on how slow the XP rates are. And because it's a bit slower, they're trying to change it, but whatever. Then I realized, I'm like, you know what? Everyone who's enjoying sailing right now is playing RuneScape. They're not talking about it on Reddit. So some of the small details I definitely want to comment on. I love the animation of the hook. I don't know why. When you you unsling it and it drops down. I don't know. It's just something so satisfying. I love that. So your hook goes down, you pick up the salvaging stuff. And we probably did talk about this when we were discussing what sailing was going to be, but I kind of forgot. And this is my excuse too, a lot with RuneScape, the way something sounds on paper and then the way it actually is in RuneScape is really different. Sometimes like if you tell someone like, oh, you can steal from people in RuneScape, you can pick their pockets. That sounds cool. And then you're like, oh, you're just literally just click once and you pickpocket. You got these cool obstacle courses you can run through and you can jump over buildings and stuff. And then it's like rooftop agility. And you're like, oh, you just click it and it's not the same. So anyway, some of these things that might excite me, you might be like, yeah, I mean, that's not new to anyone. But another thing that I thought was so cool was when you get the salvaging stuff, you can friggin' put it in your cargo hold. I'm like, oh my God, this is like No Man's Sky shit. This is awesome.
And your crewmate will automatically put it in the cargo hold.
And then you stock up on it, and then you got to go venture back into a port to kind of unravel what's in the salvage, and you get your loot and a little bit more experience. But then there's like another method that I've been hearing about is that you're supposed to build this like like a salvaging table on your boat, and you can just process the salvaged materials on your boat. So it kind of like expedites some of the process.
Yes, that was a huge part of what I was doing. I guess I didn't mention that. Yeah, you salvage everything and then you drop whatever you don't want to keep, which I would have liked to have banked some of the stuff because you get a lot of like repair kits and like rope and stuff. But the only things I was keeping were like uniques and stackable stuff because it was more worth it for the AFK XP. And I actually at 53, I just unlocked the next level of salvaging. So I'll be really interested to see how the loot changes. Might be even harder to convince myself to drop some of that stuff. We'll see.
And what's cool, like when we were doing our little adventure the other day, and I got on your boat, and you had no cannons, but it's like I was looking at your boat, and I was like, oh, this boat is built for like salvaging. Like, you got the salvaging hook, you got the salvage table. I was like, you got a thing going. Whereas on my boat, I got like a cooking range. And I'm not sure what that's for, but I just could have one. I was like, I kind of want a cooking range. But the other part, I get excited. The idea of like you're kitting out your ship to be like very specific, or maybe it does multiple things. And I've seen the next level of boat, which is at level 50. It looks even bigger, which has more slots. And anyways, that's cool to me.
Because if you think about it, like you said, at some point we're going to be able to go fishing. So then you could be fishing and cooking your fish.
Yeah.
So you can have like a skilling ship and like a combat ship. It's so exciting. Oh my goodness.
And this is like, one day they're going to add like a jet ski, maybe not a jet ski, but they're going to add like other boats and like different types. Like maybe, I don't even know. But like there's definitely gonna be other things which are gonna be cool. Salvaging, like we both said, we're going blind, but there's some cool items. Like there's different paints you can get. I haven't used yet, but excited to do that. I got a boat in a bottle or something like that?
Yes.
Which is, so I haven't used it yet, but I think the idea is you can like, through magic, you put your boat in the bottle and then you can carry it in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Have you used this?
I did, yes. It's a one-time use. I don't remember why I used it. I don't remember if it lets you keep your cargo or not, but I believe it was something where I needed to get my boat fast. So yeah, you have to be at the dock. I put my boat in a bottle and tellied. And and then I pulled my boat back out. It broke the bottle. But that is one thing I was keeping today. So I was able to have, I got like 8 of those today while I was working. But I don't know exactly what the use case of those could be. If it lets you keep your cargo, I could see some kind of strategy where you like load up your cargo for a port task and then telly right where you want to be and then pull your boat out of the bottle. But I feel like that's not going to work. But I don't have any evidence to suggest one way or the other, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair. I haven't used it yet because I'm not really sure why or where I would use it. But I love the idea of your boat like shrinking down and going to like a boat in the bottle as your...
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, that's so RuneScape, I guess. It's like totally fits the vibe. I'm super into that. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have the note exploration. I have no idea why I put this there, but we explored a lot, so that's probably why. And it was really cool actually, just to putter around together. That was fun. Catching things with a new. Catching things with the net. Did I talk about this on a previous episode?
Yes, you did.
Okay, well, I like that. That's really cool. I'll talk about it again when your dude throws the net out to grab something.
I mean, it's day 3 of the new skill. We can still be excited about things.
It's the little
as
details.
Simple as there. It is. It really is. I mean, it's cool.
I caught an imp on my boat, which was like an imp was just flying, and I was able to kind of like zip up to it, jump off, and catch it, which is nothing, but it was kind of cool. I felt. I don't know if anyone saw me, but I think if they did, they would have been like, "Yo, this guy is freaking good." And the last thing that I really like. Oh, is there something you wanted to touch on?
Oh, I just wanted to say it's really cool that once you get your crewmate to drive your boat for you, that you have that freedom to kind of move around your boat and like chart stuff and all those little things of like, implings. I haven't caught any implings or anything, but I'm assuming that's part of it.
That's so cool. I'm gonna have to see what the crewmate really enables, because like I have no idea. I just looking at the crewmate on your ship, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
I'm excited for this second one I'm about to get.
Yeah, there's a couple, isn't there? And I saw people. I bet you were gonna get it. I guess there's a cat somewhere that has a little captain's hat, and people are asking for it to be an actual crewmate of some sorts. And I'm sure we'll. I don't know. Yeah,
I little side question for you. I am still almost completely blind. I have not seen anything. Like I've seen little stuff, but it's like you just said, where it's like I heard you can get this. I've been pretty good about. I really haven't checked the wiki very much. Only like when I'm really stuck or something. Or I don't know. I still feel like everything is just like fresh, and like I still feel like I'm exploring. I don't feel like it's been solved, or I don't feel like I'm like I have to get to this level because this and that. Like I don't know what the next level of the Barracuda trials looks like, or what rewards it gives, or which speaking of that, another thing. Sorry, I just little things. I mean, there's so many things that I'm excited about. I just love that this skill is amongst like 4 or 5 other skills in this game that just always has something coming up on the horizon, of the sea or whatever. But it's I feel like I'm never like more than like 3 levels away from like the next thing that I'm excited for.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were like talking about maybe like updates or content. Yeah, there's no huge gaps where it's like wood cutting. I remember doing it when I was younger, and it was like level 60 you get used, and then at level 75 you get magic trees, and it's like, okay, well, that's in a few months.
Yeah, when I got up this morning, I was 46, and at 47 I got the steel cannon. Which the reason I don't have a cannon on my ship that you were very critical of. The reason I haven't gotten a cannon is because
we got attacked by krakens. Like I couldn't do anything. I could only throw on redemption.
No, but the reason I haven't gotten a cannon yet is because if I got an iron or a bronze cannon, I would have to make iron or bronze cannonballs. And I was like, if I can just hold off till the steel cannon, I have like 40,000 steel cannonballs just from, because normal cannonballs became steel cannonballs.
I didn't know that. What?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just assuming that. It seems like a pretty safe assumption to make, but that the tier of cannon and the tier of cannonball. But yeah, when sailing, 2 weeks ago when they implemented it, cannonballs became steel cannonballs, and then they have all those other tiers.
Interesting. All right, very cool.
But yeah, that's why I haven't had a cannon. But yeah, going back to what I was saying. I hit 47 and it was like, I unlocked the steel cannon. And it was like, oh, at 48, I unlocked the new hull. And at 50, then I got 48 and I was like, that's cool. But at 50, I get the new ship. And then I got 50. It's like, oh, at 52, I unlock this thing. And it's just like every level. It's like the a piece of candy thing. But like, it just keeps, it's just so exciting. Like every level I hit feels like I unlock something new, and also that I'm closer to something else new. So exciting.
It stressed me. Like, it was good, but in a way, it stressed me out because I was like salvaging all day, and then every level, it's like, now you can do this, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do it right now. I don't really have the ability to salvage. Now you can do these. Like I haven't even done the Barracuda trials yet, and I have no idea what it is except for that you like racing around you race around. I don't even know. I'm gonna try that later.
Yeah, I can. I will.
There's so much I've missed. I gotta go back and try now.
I can relate to you because I will say when I did hit the level 53, which unlocked the next level of salvaging, that did stress me out because it was like, well, shit, I'm like all set up for salvaging, and now I got to go figure out because I don't want, it's obviously it's like that did feel like that unlocking the next level of tree. It's like, well, I'm just trolling if I stay at this lower tier thing, but. But then, it's like I came home from work and I'm like so excited because I'm like, I'm going to upgrade my ship and stuff. And
yeah, it's like you get to spend the evening upgrading. And it's not even just upgrading. It's like kitting out your ship. Like I unlocked an anchor. Do you know what the heck the anchor does? Everyone I talk to says it's useless, but they haven't used it. So I don't trust them.
No. The
I
anchor,
think they're lying to me.
The anchor was very helpful for me. That was another essential part of my setup today. I don't know if I'm assuming this is what the anchor does, but I was, well, it's an anchor. It holds you in place.
No one knows what the anchor does. This is the problem.
It's an anchor. I mean, it's an anchor.
This is what everyone says. So wait, have you made it?
Yeah. So what I was doing today is I found everybody was like, oh, you can go on the salvaging and it's really easy to get between two spots. And I kept finding I could not seem to get in the sweet spot to be able to not move my boat and salvage from two different spots without moving. And everybody was like, oh, it's so easy. So I did that and I finally found the right spot that was like, okay, if I don't move my boat, then I can salvage, like I don't have to move and I just click the salvage and it'll be from whichever side is open, right? And I was like, how do I not move my boat? Well, why don't I drop my anchor? Because on mobile, especially once again, I'm at work, I'm just pulling my phone out of my pocket and clicking as fast as I can, hoping my boss doesn't see me. But anyways, yeah, I found the sweet spot for double dipping on the salvaging and I dropped my anchor because I'm very quickly and blindly clicking, and it was nice. I mean, my assumption is that will prevent me from, if I click, in the middle of the ocean, that my guy will sail my boat from my perfect little spot. So I'm assuming what the point of the anchor is. But if the anchor doesn't hold you in place, then yeah, what's the point?
I'm reading it on the wiki. It says you can stop the boat very quickly. I don't understand because you can stop the boat. Anyone who's been doing this, you like untrim the sails and you don't stop immediately. So maybe that's what the anchor does is you immediately stop. You'd go, first off, you're gonna go flying off the boat if you don't got your seatbelts on. And because if you untrim it, it basically stops after a few tiles. But okay, one thing I do love is when you untrim it, you can do a little drift if you're like running to your salvaging hook and your boat still moves while you're moving. And it feels pretty cool when you just like, boo, you drop down the hook and it still slides into place. Do a little drifting action, but.
Well, okay. I think.
Wait, so do you have the anchor?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so maybe try that later. Try doing a little zoom around and try dropping and see if like, does it stop really fast?
So I think what you're saying is like the difference between like Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, it's like the difference between like hitting your brakes and like pulling the e-brake to do like a really tight turn.
Yep.
It's like the e-brake.
Oh, the anchor's like the e-brake.
Yeah. So maybe like if you're doing some like Barracuda trials and stuff and you need to make some like crazy tight turn, you can like hit the anchor.
Dude, you think so? That's cool. I'm into it. You got to like do some crazy. Oh, I bet it's so frustrating though.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely raise the skill ceiling, but yeah, I'm guessing that's what it's for.
Neat. Okay, well, hey, I'm into it. I'll try it out. Maybe I'll be like a pro. Oh, he's an anchor main. Damn, look at him like driving around, dude. So
you got like 4 anchors on your ship.
Yeah, it's all anchors. Really neat. I'm all out of notes, but there's still so much more I have to discover. So I'm like really excited. Level 38, I got to go back. And by the way, you unlocked the crew at level 40, so I'm not quite there yet. Anything 40. That like we haven't covered that you have experienced or heard about or just anything or seen in the community Yeah.
Can I complain?
Sure. I think.
So I love sailing. Let me think of some of the things that have annoyed me. So have you talked to any of the mermaids yet?
Oh, I probably can do that now. I have, and they're all like, you got to come back when you're like level 38. I was like,
Oh, okay. Right. So the mermaids give you like a riddle. And it is the weirdest like wordplay riddles, because basically what they do is they give you a riddle and your answer to the riddle is an item in the game. So you type in any item in the game, and it has been the most confusing shit. I have not been able to figure any of them out on my own. And one of them I got frustrated and looked up, and it was one of those things where it's like I never would have thought of that on my own. And I'm frustrated by that because it's going to just turn into like the quest helper thing or the clue thing. It's like if it was easier to figure out, and maybe I'm just stupid, I don't know, but it was like it was agree with daddy to give you a fruit. And the answer was okay, go ahead.
Okay, wait. Agree with daddy to give him a fruit?
Yes, I think that was how it went.
Agree with daddy to give him a fruit. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything.
So it was papaya fruit because it was papa, fruit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
papaya. The papaya fruit is also has some, I think, sexual connotations too. So that's.
Well, agreeing with daddy has some sexual connotations. I was just like, I was so thrown off by the daddy thing, but like it was.
Daddy's
like, I never.
Yeah. What is that?
Well, yeah, no, exactly. No, there's that troll named Daddy. So that's where my mind went. I was thinking about trolls. I was trying to think of like a troll item, and so yeah, I don't see myself figuring any of those out. And I feel like now that I've looked at one of them, I'm probably going to look up all of them, and it's just going to be another thing in this game where it's just like, yeah.
It's like a missed opportunity because once it's figured out, like, it's just busy work.
Yeah.
I remember I was I wanted to be like a streamer, and I had this like idea for a series. I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I was double dipping. So I was gonna stream all the content, throw it onto YouTube. And the series was I was gonna play a hardcore Iron Man who uses no guides. It's like that's all the rage these days. Mm-hmm, I was gonna do like a no wiki run. And then I got my first clue scroll, and I was like, "This is no, this is impossible. I'm never like the anagrams. How the hell am I ever gonna figure out what name is scrambled here? There's so many characters in this game. This is unfair."
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to, I mean, it kind of goes back to that whole thing about playing this game just for fun. Like, if I wanted to sit there for an hour and really theory craft and figure it out, but it was just kind of like, this is going to give me like 100 XP, and I really don't want to. I don't know. Yeah, so that's one thing that's annoyed me. Mm-hmm. I think the pest control at level 50 bothers me way more than it should.
You're like a pest control diehard.
Well, and I think it is the kind of thing, once again, I think they've done such a good job of integrating this into the existing game and like thinking about it from like creating a new account from day one. If you're leveling everything evenly, it makes sense that you're not going to go to pest control until, a lot of people wait until they're 70 or 100 combat, and you'd probably have 50 sailing by then. So that was just it was just weird, obviously, since all my other skills are like at 90. It felt like, I can't even go to pest control. But
little gatekeepy Jagex, come on here.
Yeah, come on.
I got one thing that I've been getting annoyed at is doing the courier missions.
The port tasks?
Say that, what was it called?
The port tasks?
Yeah, the port task where you're delivering crates. Sometimes a delivery will have you delivering 2 crates, and it's so easy to forget to pick up that second crate because a lot of them are just 1 crate. So you're just like in this rhythm and you don't think to look, does this one work? There's nothing that really indicates, hey, you need 2 crates for this one. Besides when you read it, it's just 2 crates. But like when you're zooming, you're not reading. Who's got time for that?
Dills, let me tell you something. And this is not, No. I can't. I can't.
Literally a
confirm
giant
this from,
2.
No. Well, okay. First off, there is a. Did you get the Ringlight plugin? There is a plugin.
No, I heard there's a new one that came out.
No, there is a port task plugin within an hour of sailing releasing, which is incredible.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm sure it's only gotten better, but no. What I wanted to tell you, I have not had personal experience, but I did hear this that you can get your crew members to load your boat for you for the port tasks. Yeah. I'm very excited to try that out. I know the crew members I think are going to be incredible. And I'm so excited to have a second one because I'm pretty sure with my bigger boat that I'm going to get that you can have like multiple salvaging hooks and I can just be, hopefully I can get like a tanning, like a sun, whatever they call those, like a chair that I can just lay out and tan all day and have my crewmates just training the skill for me.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah, this there's just so much to explore. Like I'm just kind of, as we're talking here, I don't know if you guys remember, I lost my boat halfway through this recording, so I just been sitting on the docks. So I can't find the shipwright because we're talking. But I was clicking on the notice board when we were talking about the port tasks, and I got the bounties now that I have to try out. I forgot about those, and that just looking at them is cool. I'm like, is this a shark? Ooh, sharks are scary. What is this, a bird? Okay, that's the same tier. But anyways, whatever. Anything else that like really annoys you, or anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up?
I will say, just completely spoiler free, the Troubled Tortugan's quest was incredible. The area that you get to from that is awesome, and every area I go to is awesome. And I can't wait until our next recording when we can check in and I can talk about all the new things. It just keeps feeling, it's very much like if you've ever gone like hiking, like in the mountains, it feels like you're getting to the peak. And then when you get to the peak, you see the next peak that you thought was the peak you were going to. And there just keeps being more and more peaks to explore. And
then you get too lazy, so you call 911 and say you're stuck and lost, and to call the rescue team to come pick you up. I've been there.
You have?
No, I'm just joking. Imagine being too lazy, so you call the rescue team. Help! I'm stuck. And you're like not at all. You're just.
I got up here. No, I don't want to get down. No,
there was a ski lift. Slide.
But wow, yeah.
Sorry, I derailed it. You get to the peak, and there's
just I just can't. I guess what I'm trying to say, and my through line through this first week of sailing has been the two things that I did not think that they were going to really capture about sailing that have blown me away is the actual sailing, which is, I will put in my complaints also the tediousness of when you click off of sailing and like walk around your boat and then you click and it's like, I'm trying to move my boat and you have to go back and I don't like that it's in the interface. I wish it was like somewhere else on your screen so you could be like in your inventory and then click to move your boat. But the fact that the main way you're training your sailing is by sailing is so incredible to me. And then the number two is the exploration. And I actually feel like I'm exploring, and part of that is because I've had such a focus on kind of being blind, and that I'm just going out into the ocean. Like yesterday on our adventure, it was literally like, oh, there's an island over there. Let's go see that island.
Yeah.
And we weren't a high enough level to actually go on the island, but it was cool to look at it from a distance. But yeah. So if considering that there is a skill in this game that is literally about making a fire and burning logs, the fact that this sailing skill is so, I don't know. The people who are hating on it, were going to hate on it before they had planned on hating on it before it ever released. I mean, it's incredible. I'm just blown away.
It's I saw a post today that really made me laugh. Is like, if you go on and you see people complaining, it's a lot about like the XP rates, or maybe some people talking that it feels like a mini game. That's what I see a lot. Maybe there's some other complaints that I'm missing. But I saw a post where someone's like, guys, we're like kind of overlooking the fact that they made driving vehicles in RuneScape and it feels good. Like,
yeah.
Can we just talk about how insane that is for a minute? And I'm like, that is insane. That, like I said, I think I definitely already mentioned this, but I remember when I voted for sailing and I was like excited for it, but I know they're gonna do their best, but there's no way they're gonna make the movement work. It's gonna suck because like walking feels weird in this game. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? It's not intuitive and stuff. It's kind of clunky at times. At least that's how it feels. But
well, yeah, I mean, for the past like 6 months or so, or ever since they released their blog about like the trees and the skilling and stuff, my take was like, I'm excited for everything about sailing besides the actual sailing. That was the exact thing I kept saying. And that sounds so silly in hindsight because the actual sailing is so great. And that's such an achievement considering how unlikely I thought that was going to be.
And like, of course, like we're probably in a honeymoon phase a little bit. Now I was thinking about this.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I do get like, I'm really excited, and I do understand what people are who maybe don't want the skill to come out because, you know, the community's very protective of the game, and this is a huge change. And now that it's in the game, like I'm realizing how big it is. Like I'm rediscovering old school RuneScape. I feel like I'm like at Port Sarum, and it's like, you got to go to Catherby now. And I'm like, I can do that on the mainland, but how the hell do I do that in the water? And then I have to like, and next thing you know, I'm like in the Temperos area because I thought I could do it off by memory, but I took a wrong turn somewhere. I'm like, oh boy, this is since when what was Catherby, like a full on desert? Damn.
Yeah, I will say, I think the one thing that we'll never get from sailing is because just the way that RuneScape works, I don't think it's ever going to be like sailing is going to be my main way of getting around the map. Like obviously I'm going to have to sail to certain places, but I think teleporting is always going to be like, it's just teleporting is a big part of RuneScape, and it always has been. It's kind of essential to the game. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be like you're questing and like, oh, I need to go. Yeah, like you're saying, I need to go to Catherby. No, I'm going to tele to my POH and I'm going to use my Catherby portal. That's 100 times faster. And maybe, I mean, the only way I could ever imagine that being a thing is if you could start quick traveling, which would probably ruin, I don't know, maybe if you're like 5 times the level of the port or something, or maybe there's like, I don't know. As far as I know, that's not a part of sailing. Nobody actually me, because I'll find out later. I know there is like focuses and stuff, which I'll find out in time. Next episode. But or you know what? For engagement's sake, yes, please comment that. I just won't read it. But
should we rage bait your audience? That's a great way to make money.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of the way the game is, and that's fine. I'm not like mad about that. But yeah, the honeymoon phase of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sail over Catherby because that's the new thing. Yes, that is part of the honeymoon phase. But I don't know. I'm trying to like, in one hand I have the honeymoon phase, and the other hand I have comparing sailing to the other skills in the game, and when you know, in that context, it's so good. Yes, I think with like sailing, it's like a great foundation for more content to come out. Like I don't think we have to worry about like, you know, like sailing ruined PVM because now instead of when you fight Ulm, you just sail up on your boat and cannon Ulm. You know what I mean? It's the only thing that might happen is we might get a raid that ties sailing into it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a great foundation to bring out more content. We don't have to worry about like, I'm sure there's some things, but I've been trying to think like Herblore, you could definitely come up with a potion that's like, this is too good. But like sailing doesn't really have anything like that. You might, I don't know. You can get hemp, so smoking weed eventually might be a little busted. Yeah, you're very fixated on
your guy moves on
thing.
like a 2 tick cycle instead of a 1 tick cycle. funny. That was a good joke.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's everything I can think of for now. But that's what's so cool about this skill is I feel like by the next time we record, I'll have 100 other things to check up on.
And complain about, I hope. We can't have one without the other.
It wouldn't be RuneScape if there wasn't stuff to complain about. But
it's been 3 days and there's not much to complain about. That's the frustrating part in some cases, in some senses.
I got one small thing. You're talking about we don't have much to complain about. I was working yesterday, but all right, can you update on? You can fill me in and anybody who wasn't around. The game like shut down, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it was down for like time. I can't even remember how long. It's all a blur. I'm still delirious. I still haven't slept from our last recording.
You can sleep. We have talked about this off air. You are allowed to sleep. You keep saying you never like you're not going to sleep till 99.
I'm just 38. I don't know how everyone's going so fast. Been up nonstop. Okay, cool. Let's wrap it up there, guys. Thanks so much for episode 3 of the Captain's Log. Let us know what you think of sailing and anything we missed and anything we're wrong about.
It's going to be so funny to hear this a year from now. I know you mentioned that you've said this also with your TOA episode. You were talking about how it's the greatest raid of all time. And I guess you aren't, not to completely go on to a different subject, but obviously TOA has the honeymoon phase is over there. So it'll be fun to listen to this in a year and see how it feels after the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, like a new quest comes and you're like, oh my God, I got to get level 70 sailing. I hate the skill.
Oh man, it is gonna add a whole new level of like quest like every sailing quest is gonna have like, oh man, I gotta sail through this obstacle course, and it's gonna be like the most annoying part of the quest.
I am. We can end on this note, but I'm excited for both of our experiences when we're like back on the mainland. You know, our sailors' legs we're back to normal, walking normally. But like we're just off doing normal stuff, and you just see someone zip by in the water on a boat, just like, you know, casually. People are back to their regular grinds, but yeah.
Yeah, I did. I signed up for the TNL bingo. Our either I don't know if they're our friends or our bitter rivals, the XP Waste podcast. Their clan, they're doing a bingo on December 6th. So I signed up for that. And I was kind of like, okay, that'll be my return to PVM and the rest of the game. So it'll be kind of now it's kind of like, I'm going to see how far I can get in sailing. I'm going to try to stick to sailing. I'm going to see how far I can get by December 6th. I mean, shit, I could maybe get 99 by then, but I won't deny it's been 3 days and the PVM itch. It's just that there's that RNG. I need that sea engineer, that big pink loop beam, that's the part with all of with all of skilling that you don't get, that you do get from PVM for the most part, is that, that pink loop beam and the collection log slot completed. But I'm going to try to stick to as much sailing as I can. I am having so much fun, but I do miss the RNG side of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see how long until you get pulled in. On that note,
you got to end it like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Bring me that horizon.
Isn't that like a metal band?
They named Bring Me the Horizon named their band after that line.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Bum 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 bum. Bye.